Hello, I am here again. Now we are going to speak about the expanded classroom that goes, as you can see. What is expanded class? Expanded classroom, we call expanded classroom to those actions, to those situations where the learning leave the classroom and start in another space-time. I like a lot this image created by some students, that they stole the armchair from our head of our school, a very important person, and then they put there in the middle of the principal staircase. That is learning. That is expanded learning. Well, first of all, when we leave, the first time we left the classroom, we moved to the corridor that was very near. Imagine this situation. We put all the tables in the corridor and students and teacher started there to work. It was incredible. It was incredible because at the end the learning was a public action. These were the images. 3 hours. We did something we call the speed dating. I think you know it. Is you have a very little time to discuss with each student about a different subject. The second action we did, it was to yellow. I know that the verb to yellow doesn't exist, but it's important to create new words. And for example, to yellow was to change in yellow all the spaces. Just to put some gelatines in the lights on the ceiling. It was incredible because all the spaces were yellow. Incredible. Next one. We moved to the public areas of our school. Here, in the hall, in the central hall, we wanted to collect a lot of signatures to change the way we were. I don't remember, I think the way or the timetable or one program, one syllabus, I didn't know, but of course they were occupying the hall. Everybody could see the students doing something. Here, and students wanted to move the furnitures from the first floor to the second one by using the lift. That is not a public one. But we also moved to outdoors, and it was an incredible case of study that the fourth course students did for a subject we have. It is called simulations. In only one night, they went with the cars to pick up some furniture that were in the street that nobody used. So they brought and they put here in this space just for an afternoon. They changed this little space that is between the two buildings in our schools. They created a different space for learning because there were no tables and chairs, hard chairs like this. There were armchairs, there were some sun umbrellas, there were different furnitures that got a gentle situation, a gentle landscape to learn. This was the situation, incredible. As you can see, people were studying, were learning, but in a different way. Everybody got very sad when we removed all the things 4 hours later. Also in the school, well, you cannot say it, but you can imagine, and to believe me, it was a football match in the night, because we also moved to the night. The night is another space we want to speak about, because we used to spend the day learning in the day, but what about the night? So at 10 o'clock in the night, when everybody left the school, we went to the football field and we played a football match. You cannot see it, but it was incredible. But also the representative space are important. This is the space that it is the first space you face when you enter in our school? Well, again, we put some furniture to teach, to learn there. We spent 1 week with our sessions there. And there we learned to knit, and we learned another things that were not in the syllabus of our subjects, but we thought they were important. This is our Belcent group, and this is a choreography that we did in another space that is very important space. It's an interior yard, and we created this choreography to show what we did in the classroom. We wanted to share it with the rest of the community. I want to show you this special action that happened in the toilet and has an ideological question. Our toilets in the school are divided into gentlemen or ladies, but actually the number of the 65% are girls and the boys are just the 35%. But the toilets have the double of units for men than for women. So students, I say, wanted to destroy this duality by integrating all the 2 rooms. And how did they do? They put the names of all the students, so each student went when they wanted, where they wanted. So they were transforming and they were expanding the learning. Again, outdoors, but throughout the weekend. First, we were expanded to the night. Now we were expanded to the weekend, because the weekend is important. Here, we collected a lot of things. What did we do with these things? This, our own space, where we did fire and we cooked again. But as you can see, we were not in the school, we were in the garden in the school. And we did the same with these bottles. 3,000 bottles that we collected during 2 months. And then we created this space. This is learning, of course. This is critical thinking, lateral thinking, comedy thinking. And this is our last action we did. We created an artificial bamboo forest to hear the sound of the raining. Look, really marvelous. And of course at home, this is my kitchen. I was there with my students doing a MOOC like this one, you know, a MOOC for Germany from the kitchen, and also in the karaoke. These were the students. We were not doing an action. And in the public space in the city, it's important because the school is in the city. They were playing here in La Puerta del Sol. They were inviting citizens to play with us because the play, as you know, the play is a learning. And of course, the police came. This action was also an action in the city. At this time, the police didn't come. We joined, we collected a lot of glasses, and with this net of glasses, we moved into the city, there on the bridge, on the tube. Well, a lot of cases, as you can see. This is a very important one because it was very relevant and significant in the city of Madrid. The students started to sew, started to build a very, very big sheet by joining sheets, units of sheet that each one brought for their home. So they were sewing all the afternoon, and at the end, at 10 in the night, they put all together and they created this ceiling, this incredible roof for the square. This is learning. In the otherness, when we went to the street and we felt we couldn't move, we couldn't see, we couldn't hear. We have diverse capacities about it. In cultural facilities, Mudville. Possibly you know the film Dogville. It was the same. And I was there. I was there because the students wanted me to put there 4 hours on the floor, because I had to play the role that the students decided. In the museum, in the karaoke, as you have said, everywhere. Here is in Barcelona, when the class moved there to create an ethnography for citizens. They work hard as hairdresser, as sociologists, and these were the citizens that came with us to learn what students had to say. This is the in other schools, with another people, with another students, they were playing. In Mordor, sometime we went to Mordor, without any houses to sleep, just sleeping in the street, because at the end it is necessary to learn about homeless people. In our learning space time that we create, and this is the final action we are going to show you, we create this space where we had our last dinner in the middle of the garden, where everybody could see us, but we were in, they were out.